This video is sponsored by World of Tanks. Kaboom! Yes, do you like free-to-play games? And do you like things that go boom? And also, do you like putting shells into 120mm guns and maybe larger guns and firing them at opponents? Well then, World of Tanks is a game for you. If you want to download the game and get a sweet invite bonus, click the link in the description and use the code TANKTASTIC, as you will receive 7 premium days, 500 gold, a premium tank, the T-127, which is a Soviet tier 3 tank, didn't you know? The code is only applicable for new players who register for the first time on the Wargaming portal, but it's a good starting tank and it's great for farming silver very early on in the game. The game incorporates intense strategic action, over 30 plus world inspired maps like Berlin and El Haluf. It also incorporates camaraderie in many of the battle modes and has clan based systems, so you can chat about that excellent shell penetration that you just had. You should have seen it, Steve. I angled my armour so that when I shot, it ricocheted. I then got at the armour where it's at its flattest. Boom! Penetration. Nice amount of damage. So yes, you can platoon up, you can team up, you can clan up, and at the same time you can do it in coordinated fashion. Who doesn't love that? Now, as you go through the game, you'll pick up many tanks, but here are 3 amazing tanks to check out. The Tier 10 Battalion auto-loading French artillery, a 3-shell clip, lots of stun, immobilization and good damage, causing frustration to the enemies and aiding your teammates. Next up is a Tier 8 IS-3 Russian heavy tank, amazing sloping armor and sublime damage, and don't forget to angle well to bounce those pesky enemy shots. And finally, at Tier 5, the T1 Heavy American Tank. This was my first ever heavy tank, and as well I just found it quite fun. I found it had a fast reload, good health, decent armor, and was pretty nippy as well. So this was really fun to kind of get myself up close and personal with the enemy very early on to disrupt them. But now let's take you in game to battle with the Panzer IV-H. It's live, so literally anything can happen. Here we are with the Panzer IV-H. Now this is a very odd Tier 5 tank, very odd because I've decided to attach on it this gun here. It's a little bit larger than normal and is kind of a one that you have to properly unlock. And the advantage to the disadvantages. Advantage is it does more damage. Disadvantage is the penetration. If you consider like armor and penetrating armor, if an armor is too dense, then the lower the penetration, you're not gonna do any damage. That's why sometimes it's always important to load high explosives. So we're going to try like a distance shot here. See if we get anything. We got a critical damage. We didn't do anything, which is a bit disappointing. And this is the point. I've now gone high explosive side on angle. Oh, no, only 91 damage. I thought I did more then, but that's because everybody was literally shooting at that particular tank. So we're going to try and see if we can... We've been spotted, so we're now going to drop back a little bit just for safety purposes. So once that, you have to unlock that, by the way. It's a cruise skill to kind of unlock called Sixth Sense, where you know that you've been spotted. Now we're using here the foliage as coverings, but unfortunately it looks like it's just not worked out in our favour. But it does mean that wrecks of old tanks can become nice coverings. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to cover ourselves a little bit. He's lining up to be shot. This guy here, he's actually being covered by what seems to be a dip. So I'm going to like edge out a little bit. I don't know if he knows I'm here. We hit a bit into the side. I don't know if this high explosive is working out too well. It's probably mean that this tank has more dense armor than I think. Oh, that was good. We've nearly got him down. Going to edge a little bit. We're again using the bush here as cover, and also the wreck of the dead tank. And oh, that was a good opportunity there. Lead the shot. Oh, that was a bit kind of like chance it there, but we have not got anybody with us. This is the thing. Like I'm looking around thinking like, have we got any lads? But like we don't have no lads, and that's a problem. That's a problem when you got no teammates. He's down. That's good. We take a hit. Where was that from? And this isn't going so well. Like, sometimes you do have to bear in mind that for whatever reason, things that might not work out, playing cautiously is always pretty good. Hanging back a little bit and being too aggressive can result in... Well, being too aggressive can result in things not going your way. You just have to kind of like suck it up and go, do you know what, that was just a bad game, and then try the next game to like be better than it was. That was a nice distant shot. So again, we're shooting through. We managed to track him. We're going to put another one in. Oh, that was nice. Excellent distant shots going in. And who's lining up as well? That's the thing. That's the thing, guys. Who's going to be out there as soon as we move off? Because I do want to move off a little bit. We've got the Excelsior, who's kind of just to our left, giving us support. However, though, I don't know if it's going to be of value for us to be here. And I'm thinking, like, we need to protect our cap. Because that's another thing. Like, you can be out-capped. So it's important to look after your cap circle. And you can see there's a massive rush. There's a massive rush of tanks coming in. And this is not looking good for us. It's not looking good. But like I said, it's fine. You need to take your losses, take the L, and then try and get back and win later on. Or have a win. Right, I don't know if I can support. No, I can. I'm going to try and... I kind of like poked myself out a little bit too much. So that's my bad. But this is going to be difficult as well. Because like, I think if I aim here... Oh, that's nice, and we bounce. We angle well, and we bounce, but we're being fired from the rear. So we got people attacking left, right, and center, and we're gonna. But like, that's not too bad. 3 kills. I'll have to see the end results in a moment to see how well we performed. But I'm pretty happy with that, even though that is a defeat and really badly. It's important to like put your all in. Make sure that you are kind of covered well. You're stepping back. You're assessing what's going on. You're looking at the map as well, assessing where do I need to go next, where it would be good to kind of help out my teammates. And yeah, just try not to take too many risks on stuff and play cautiously, but also be aggressive whenever applicable. So let's have a look at the end results. The results are in, and we're top on our team for damage. I think we're 4th overall for damage. So like, I'm happy with that, because at the end of the day, you've got to put in the best performance. 3 kills. So yeah. That's alright. Okay, and here we are with the T127. So the tank that I was saying that you get if you're a new player, you get for free with the invite code. This is the tank that you'll get. And it is a really nice little tank. Especially because, as I said, it's all about grinding that silver very early on and trying to make sure that you get other tanks. And it's the case that grinding out with a tank like this allows you to learn a bit further on, especially at tier 3, because you'll start seeing certain things like strategy, and obviously in a map like this, the way that the team has separated themselves out. When you reach tier 1 and kind of start going through, you'll see the teams kind of be a bit more strategic, and especially by the time you've reached about tier 6, you can see certain tanks playing in a certain way. Now we're just knocking this down here like complete rebels without a cause that we are, and we're looking forward. Now there was a little opportunity there to shoot out, but I had another 127, another T127, so that would have been a good opportunity, but I hung back a little bit. Now we're going to take a shot there, we're going to back off, and we do eat a shot. We throw a shot, take a shot, bit unfortunate there with that. And I think because they're tier 4, the armor's going to be a lot more dense, and we need something. We need to kind of load up a little bit of the premium shelling as we take shots from the side. That's never good. Looks like there was enemy tanks there, and we are kind of exposed here. This is very unfortunate, and that's the thing. Sometimes you have to hope that some of your teammates are suppressing the enemy so they don't make those pushes round the corner. Because that was a bit disappointing to see that Locust was able to get round that PZB2 and put some shots into us. But that's the thing. Sometimes that happens, guys. You have to try and concentrate on your own game, as you never know what's going to happen, what's going to be round the corner. Now, I'm not sure I'm too keen to poke around the corner here, because there are going to be enemies around there. Now, they're not. It doesn't look like they're looking at me just yet, which is very fortunate, except for that one there. We're going to put one into him, duck back. Now that one is actually going to be very low penetration on the side. So I'm going back to my standard ammunition down in the bottom, which you should be able to see as I got my mouse cursor that's here, and it's over that standard armor piercing. Now I'm going to just have a quick look around the corner there, and the enemy is, a lot of enemies are side on. But it looks like it's a case, it's best not to peek out, because I just took another kind of shot there And I do want to dart across. Oh, that tank is shooting at me. Not good. How are they? They're finding a little. That's really sneaky, that having that angle there. I think my position has been compromised, so I'm going to be backing off now. But I do fancy having a little bit of a dart over to the center. Oh, that PZ. That's something to watch out for. That PZB2, which is there is becoming a little bit more braver. And that's the thing I'm going to have to watch out for now. I'm going to have to come across here. And it looks like I've got something with me. So I'm going to have to change the armor setup now. I'm going to have to try and find the weakest point, which is going to be here. We're going to be putting stuff into him. Oh no. Is there another tank with him? No, he's alone. I need somebody with me. Come on. Come on, enemies. I mean, come on, allies, not enemies. I need help. I need help now. Where are my allies? Allies, help. Help. Oh, my word. Okay, so that was tense. That was tense. Thank God for my allies. And am I being shot from the side? I don't know. This is the thing, guys. It's intense battling. It's intense battling. You've got to keep your head on a swivel at all times. And as well, try and stay alive as much as possible. That is the key. There's some other improvements as well to the shooting. Now, we see someone at distance there. Are we going to stay still? We're going to take a shot. That was a good one shot. Good second shot. Can we get third in? No. Our ally helps out and takes down the enemy. That's good. That's what we want to see. And then we pick up the win. Hey, that's what I want to see. Good amount of damage. Pretty fun. Yeah. Good victory overall. And there we go, picking up the victory. That was actually pretty good. It is very difficult to score high in these examples, especially when there's heavy tanks, because like as we even showed, going up against that PZB2 was actually pretty difficult battle. And it was a case that I had to use a lot of the more higher credit spend APCR in order to penetrate, because the penetration is better than it is with the standard type. And that's that thing, very much quickly into that battle you have to make that decision. Am I shifting between one or the other? Am I trying to get through more dense armor? But that's the exciting thing about World of Tanks, is everything is very kind of high paced and like really kind of like, oh, you've got to think on the spot, which I think is really cool and I like as well. One thing is that with these premium tanks you don't need to unlock anything, so everything is like unlocked and ready to go. And these things that I was talking about, like modules, adding in enhanced gun lane drive, which improves aiming speed, and other things do help out to your tank's robust nature, and as well the way that it moves and fires as well. And something you can work on as well is to increase the crew abilities in order to make them better for the tank. As you can see with many options here, I've got loads of crew skills unlocked and stuff like that. So there's lots that goes on in game, and there's lots of things to take into consideration. But that's what makes this game really fun. And that's been World of Tanks. Like I said, go and check out the link in the description. Go and download it now. It is available on PC and it's free to play. And it is incredibly enjoyable and I can't recommend it enough.